application page, and it's same thing here for the CEB code. Do the same thing. If you do not find your school, now here there are more schools, so you should definitely try. We go India, then Bangalore, and search. Now here you do see that there are more schools. So we got Bangalore International, Canadian, Indus, Malayaditi, NPS Stonehill, and the International School of Bangalore. So you can put in any one of your schools for these. If you don't find it, then go ahead and search again. And you'll get the link that says cannot find my school. All right. I don't think there's really anything else in this page that's that confusing, but do fill this page out because this page is necessary for when we get to the school forms page. You do need to put in your counselor, your school counselor's title. If you don't have a designated school counselor at your school, figure out who would be writing the counselor recommendation. Could be a class teacher, sometimes it's the vice principal or the principal. And then put in their email address here only if they are going to be doing this online. I'll say that again. If your school recommendations and your transcripts are going to be sent hard copy, then don't fill in the email here. Okay, you can see that's not a required field. Coming to the academics page, path to Josh. JM 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it does not usually log off this regularly. Okay, 1 second. You will remember your username and password pretty quickly if this happens to you. All right, so coming to the academics page. Okay, this is always a big question. Up here it says class ranking. If your school does not rank, which is probably the case for most of you, don't even worry about this. Just leave it blank. If you're taking ACT tests, put them in. If you plan to take the ACT tests, then just put in the month that you plan to take them here and which ones. Similarly with SATs, you can put in the dates you've taken, and you can also put in planned dates and your scores. Here they're asking just for your best scores. TOEFL. Okay, here you'll put in if you're taking IB exams at the end of 12th, then you're going to put it in here as May 2013, the specific test kind, and you see they have subject tests in there as well, so this is also where your subject tests go. For those of you who are taking A-levels or ISC or CBSC, you'll just put in your subject tests here and the specific test that you're taking. In score, you're not going to, you're just going to leave that blank. Any of you who've done AP tests can put in your scores if you have those. And then you go ahead and add any number of tests that you plan on taking. For most of you, 6. Here they want to know what your current year courses are, which is really the same courses. Now, you see you have 3 different columns here. Most of you are in, actually all of you are in schools where you're taking the same course all year round. So just put it in the first column. No need to put it in the second and the third column. And okay, these are for any academic honors. At TISB, you have those principal commendations. Anybody who's placed in any kind of Olympiads, you can put these in here. For you Aditi students, I know that you don't get academic honors. Don't worry about that. Okay, and now we go to the activities list. All right, in the activities list, we're going to add each of our activities. You can see that they do want you to do them in the order of their importance to you. Okay. Now, what you don't have to worry about at this stage, because there is a function once you've added an activity. Let's say president. I did it in 9th, 10th, 11th grade. I had to do it a lot, so it was about 6 hours a week for 20 weeks a year. Did it during the school year. I intend to participate in college. Why not? Karate club. Okay, I just made that one up. Don't do that yourself. And then if I add an activity, as you can see, you can continue to add activities. I think you have about 10, 11 spots that you can add different activities. And you can move them up and down. If I think that my next activity is more important than Karate Club, later on I can move this up and down. So for now, it would be good enough just to add all your different activities in here, and then we can prioritize them later on and figure out the semantics of what we've actually said. Coming to the writing section, this is where your activity essay is going to go. And what I want to show you now also is, all right, we're going to want to create one document that has a cumulative list of all of your essay topics. So it will be a good idea for you just to copy this down, and please copy down the character or word limits as well. So copy that and then open up a document. You can see this is called List of Essays. So this is some students' list of all the essays they have to write. And just make a line across in between the different ones you have to do. All right, and paste. All right, so now I know this is my activity essay. That's one of the things I'm going to have to write. And then we have the main essay, which is 200 to 500 words. Want to remember that. And these are the topics. This is what I've talked to you a lot about and sent the crappy draft document to you last week about this. I'm not so concerned about these particular questions or prompts that they give you. Really, we just want an interesting story, something that's happened to you in your life. We always have this sixth topic of your choice. So it's really up to you what you want to write about in here. Don't stress about the particular topic. But just so that we know we have that task, we're going to copy that down into our list of essays. Okay, that looks kind of ugly, but anyway, gets the job done. All right, so we know that that's there. We're going to do that with all of our individual supplement essays as well. The advantage of having this document with our cumulative essays is that I want you to pick a couple times during the week where you can work on your essays. Maybe it's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, but a specific time that you know you're going to go and sit down and work just on your application essays. And it's going to be a lot easier for you if you sit down to that period of time and can come to this document which has all of your essays written so that you can not have to waste time going to the Common Application. You can simply come here and see which one of these essays you're inspired to write at the moment. Right. So that's the personal essay part. There's also this area, additional information. And additional information is where you noticed in the activity list that there was very little space that you were going to be able to talk about the various activities that you've done. And so additional information is where you could elaborate on any activities that you felt needed a bit more attention or a bit more explanation. So what I want you to do here is probably create one document And I'll show you a sample of that. One document that goes over each of your areas. Okay, so here's a document that goes over each of the students' areas in what they were involved in that they felt needed a bit more explanation. And he's kind of organized it in terms of academic and non-academic areas. That's not a bad way to do it. However you want to do it, really. It's up to you how you do this. I don't really like the resume format. I think it's always going to be nicer to see a more prose version of this. But you know, I'll leave that up to you, and then we can discuss it. But this isn't a bad thing to work on right now first, so you get a better feel for you know, what all you're going to want to talk about in the application. Okay, so that's the additional information. This question here, have you ever been found responsible for disciplinary violation? Just answer that honestly, and you know, if you have, let's talk about that. All right, signature page. This is going to go a little crazy when I hit this, and that's because there's a lot of things I haven't completed in this application. So when you hit the signature page, it just tells you all the things that you still need to complete in order for the application to be considered complete and all the required fields to be done. I will show you that you can actually just click on one of these links and get back to that particular spot in the application, complete it, and then come back to the signature page. Once your application is complete, or at least once all the required fields are complete, you're going to be able to generate a PDF document. And I'll show you what that looks like. But that's going to be a print preview, and that's going to be something that we're going to want to look at in order to you know, review the whole application and make sure that you've communicated all of the important things that need to be communicated about yourself, and also that we haven't made any silly little errors along the way. So I'm going to want you to look over that, probably have your parents or somebody else you trust look over it, and then I want to look over it and do one final review, and then we'll consider it a complete application, and we'll be ready to submit it whenever